Hello everyone. First of all, I welcome all of you in today's video. In this video, we are going to take a very important topic, that is communication. All of us are familiar with this term communication, as we all know that communication is the basic need to our society, and it is the process of exchanging information and ideas. As we all know that when the living beings came into existence, they needed one another and to utilize the existence of others. They tried to convey their feelings to others. Thus began the communication. It is appropriate to say that communication is as old as the world itself. But in early ages of human civilization, the methods of communication were different. Before the development of language, man used gestures, different kinds of sounds, symbols to convey his feelings, as the creatures without language do today. He also drew pictures, wall paintings, symbols, cravings, etc. But today we have lots of options to communicate. So let's discuss in this video what is communication. So, in this video, we will try to comprehend the topics like meaning of communication and the definition of communication and the functions of communication, and lastly, the process of communication means how it works. So first, take a glimpse on the origin of the word communication. The word communication has been derived from the Latin word communicare, which means to share. To share of what? To sharing of ideas, thoughts. So now we can say that what is communication? Communication is a method of sharing of ideas. And it is a method through which we exchange our ideas, information and messages to others. This exchange is conveyed in the form of words, tone of voice and body language. Today we have number of communication devices like telegraph, mobile phone, radio, television, etc. These devices have made communication easy and quick. Here are some definitions of communication. First definitions given by W. H. Newman and C. F. Summer. He said communication is an exchange of facts, ideas, opinions or emotions by two or more persons. Another definition is from Peter Little. He said that communication is the process by which information is transmitted between individuals or organization so that an understanding response results. Both the definitions here describes that communication is the process of exchanging and transformation of ideas and emotions between two or more than two people. If we talk about earlier communication, so in earlier times men used drum beats, fire smoke, ram's horn to communicate. But today we have a number of communication devices like telegraph, telephone, radio, television, mobile phone, email, satellite, etc. Now discuss the functions of communication. What are the main functions of communication? If we talk about functions, so communication functions refer to how people use language for different purposes, also refers to how language is affected by different time, place and situation used to control the behavior of people, used to regulate the nature and amount of activities people engage in. The most basic function of communication in an organization are to regulate, control, to inform, to interact, socially, to express and to motivate. In simple words, if we say one of the most important objective of communication is giving or receiving information about a particular circumstance. C. The principal function of communication is informing message to others either verbally or non-verbally. Verbally here means when we use words to communicate, and non-verbally means when we use gestures, postures, signs, symbols in place of words. Another function of communication is motivation. Motivation is just like a tonic which energizes and activates a person and opens the path of his behavior to achieve the desired goal. As we all know this, here the communicator or the motivator plays a very important role. He enjoys an upper hand and keeps himself in the background. If the workers are made part of decision making process and are given security and friendly work environment, they are motivated to work harder. And another function of communication is persuasion. Persuasion here means persuasion may be defined as an effort to influence the attitudes, feelings or beliefs of others, or to influence actions based on those attitudes, feelings or beliefs. And another function of communication is raising morale. Morale stands for mental health and several qualities like confidence, courage, positive outlook, fortitude, resolution, etc. Efficiency is the result of high morale. It acts as a kind of lubricant among people, binds them with a sense of togetherness, and impels them to work in cooperation with one another in the best interest of their organization. So these are the main functions of communication. Now discuss the communication process. The communication is a two-way process wherein the message in the form of ideas, thoughts, feelings, opinions is transmitted between two or more than two people with the intent of creating a shared understanding. The process of communication begins when a person feels that he or she has to say something to other person. The person who feels so is called transmitter. At first, he has an idea about what he wants to communicate, or in simple words, we say what he wants to share to others. Then he thinks the way how he should communicate to others. This is called the process of communication. This picture shows the process of communication cycle, how communication works. When the process of communication begins, it means when a person feels that he has to say something to other person or he wants to say something to other person. The person who feels it is called transmitter, means sender, and what he decides to convey is called the message. This message is encoded and sent through a channel to another person who is called as receiver. He receives the message and after understanding it gives a suitable response called feedback. Okay. Now what is noise? The noise shows the barriers in communication. There are chances when the message sent by the sender is not received by the recipients for some reasons like external noise, etc. So this is the process of communication. So these are 7 major elements of communication. All of these measures play a very important role in communication. So let's take one by one and try to comprehend the process. So first important and major element in communication process is sender. Sender is the one who starts the communication process by transferring his ideas to the receiver. Then another important element is encoding. How the message is to be communicated verbally or non-verbally. In simple words, the sender begins with the encoding process wherein he uses certain words or non-verbal methods such as symbols, signs, body gestures, etc. to translate the information into a message. The sender's knowledge, skills, perception, background, etc. has a great impact on the success of the message. So, it is the role of encoding in the communication process. Another important element in communication process is message, the information or idea that sender wants to communicate. Once the encoding is finished, the sender gets the message that he intends to convey, that he wants to share. The message can be written, it can be in written form, oral, symbolic, non-verbal, such as body gestures, silence, signs, sounds, or any other signal that triggers the response of a receiver. And the next important element is channel, or we can say it is communication channel. The sender chooses the medium through which he wants to convey his message to the receivers. It must be selected carefully in order to make the message effective and correctly by the receivers. The choice of medium depends on the depends on the interpersonal relationships between the sender and the receiver, and also on the urgency of the message being sent. Oral, virtual, written, sound, gestures, etc. are some of the commonly used communication mediums. Another major element in communication process is receiver. Receiver is the person to whom the sender sends the message. In other words, we can say the receiver is the person for whom the message is intended or targeted. He tries to comprehend it in the best possible manner such that the communication objective is attained. The degree to which the receiver decodes the message depends on his knowledge of the subject matter, experience, trust, relationship with the sender. And here the another major element, that is decoding. Decoding is the method to interpret the message by the receiver. Here the receiver interprets the sender's message and tries to understand it in the best possible manner. An effective communication occurs only if the receiver understands the message in exactly the same way as it was intended by the sender. In short, we can say that the successful communication depends on this element. So, feedback and noise, these are also the important elements in communication process. Let's see. First is feedback. So the receiver's response to the communicator's message. Communicator, here we can say that sender's message. Um, the feedback is the final step of the communication process that ensures the receiver has received the message and interpreted it correctly as it was intended by the sender. It increases the effectiveness of the communication as it permits the sender to know the efficiency of his message. The response of the receiver can be verbal or non-verbal. Verbal means when we use words to provide feedback, and non-verbal means when we use signs, symbols, gestures, postures, etc. Let's take the another and last major element in communication process, that is noise. Noise is like a barrier that might interfere at any point of the communication process and lessen the chance of successful communication. It shows the barriers in communication. There are chances when the message sent by the sender is not received by the receiver. Maybe of external noise, okay, etc. So here I am sharing an animation video on communication process. All of you are advised to see the video and try to comprehend the whole communication process, which what we discussed above, in an easier way. I hope you are able to understand the process of communication, definition of communication. So now this is a very important quote by Tony Gaskins. He said that communication to a relationship is like oxygen to life. Without it, it dies. Very good quote. It means without oxygen we can't survive. Similarly, without communication we can't survive in our social life and in our personal life. So it is a very important quote. At last, thank you all of you.